Pablo is classic American music theater. I mean, the truth is within the show, you actually hear many styles of music, and that's one of the things, again, we love about it. Each of the songs, the overture in the beginning, transports you to different locations and different moods and different scenes. But it's really classic American theater. You want it with an orchestra. You want to have a big stage. My name is Andrew Wheeler, and I was the music director here in New York. I've gotten to use Charlie's work with students in class many times, and he comes in and he is really great at letting actors and everyone into the way he thinks and the way a composer thinks. So we already had this wonderful relationship, and then I got the call to do this, and I of course said yes. I was so excited to have exactly what you're talking about, something that represents scope and size. It was like a breath of fresh air. It was such an exciting and interesting experience because we recorded portions of it here in New York and then portions with David in Indiana. And so right away that was a unique kind of environment, and without realizing it, I feel like it was a hint for the pandemic to come, because we had to get really thoughtful about the way our rehearsal tracks were laid out ahead of time, really thoughtful about what it would be like to sort of collaborate across distances. So if I could go back and talk to my younger self, I would say all of these lessons, these adjustments, helping these actors move into this, hey, you've got a strict kind of click behind you, but it's orchestral, and I need you to imagine all these things because we're alone in the studio, and you're gonna have to bring life to that inside of an empty room because we're bringing this from a studio. I would have said, hold on to this, because that's going to be your life during the pandemic anyway, sitting in your apartment with a track, making some magic. So it was actually this like fantastic challenge that was very timely. It was interesting right from the beginning to be trying to work with David's guide tracks. You know, in various recording settings, you lay down sometimes scratch vocals ahead, and then the band comes in and plays, and all different kinds of steps and parts happen kind of simultaneously. So we got to come into rehearsal with sort of a scratch take of the sounds and the orchestrations. And I mean, it's so great you have your composer in your room. We had all the power to do whatever we needed to do if there was a change, but really there wasn't. And it was about figuring out how to get all those actors in this short period of time to move through that creative discovery and then be like, this is where it's gonna live, and here we go. And what we were trying to really show was every piece of the show, but really highlighting the music too. And there were so many scenes, you know, there's the interstitial music and all of that, and trying to figure out what was just necessary for this environment when really you wanted to do it all. So although I admit maybe Steven, the director, and Charlie had to kind of hammer that out a little bit more than me, but that's it. You wanted to sort of say to the actors, all of that, but you're gonna have to put it in these 8 bars of little dialogue and try to get us to feel that. Why I thought we worked so well together on this is right in the beginning he did something that I always do, and I saw him behind the table with his hands like over his ears and his eyes closed, and he was trying to imagine the album. Now for a project like this, that makes sense, right? Well, of course that's what we're producing, we're bringing that in, but that's how I do that in rehearsal all the time in many different projects, because when you sit down and you pick up your favorite cast album, it's a representation of the live show. It wasn't intended to elevate anything, and yet you close your eyes and you hear the whole experience, you know the facial expressions of the actors, you feel the storytelling in that world. So I'm always thinking that myself and closing my eyes and imagine it. When I'm at home, I'm like getting that full picture, and I saw him do that and I was like, we're gonna get along great. It's about the human beyond that, and how you arrive, especially this work focusing on his earlier life, how all those influences, you know, kind of stack up and then play out after that. So the truth is I didn't know much about his early life, and I loved seeing that conflict with his father, because that's sort of age-old eternal as well. You learn about a historical figure and you imagine them kind of plopping down in space and time and just existing with all that, and it's like, of course he had a dad who he fought with, who was an artist, who wanted to do certain things his way and then he didn't want to, and it's like, we all don't think that'll be part of our story, and then inevitably, as you grow, you're always like in that same kind of tension. So it's so cool to like connect with some details about his family and how that led into his work.